you are, what is the key to like staying in shape and not like letting yourself go because of stress?
Yeah, I stress out a lot, you know what I mean? And I usually travel with some pre-cooked meals. Now listen, when I'm on tour, I don't eat, and it's not a good thing not to eat, because your body will, there's anabolic and catabolic. Catabolic means that your body eats itself, and anabolic means you continue to grow muscles. So if I have a protein shake now, I go into anabolic stage where I'm feeding my muscles, and if I don't eat for more than 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 hours, or in fact, if you're one of those persons that say, hey, I never eat, I don't understand, it's because your body's eating itself. The body eats the muscles, and so that's not a good thing either. But I think the biggest thing for me is, like, I worked out this morning, I didn't want to, is discipline. That's the, I'm my own boss on these conventions, I'm my own boss at my schools, I'm my own boss everywhere. At home, I'm the boss. No, I'm not. She's just not here, whatever. My daughter's not here. But anyway, and being your own boss, having the discipline, is very easy just to wake up and say, I don't want to do that today. I ain't coming to work today. Well, let me call the boss. Hello, that's me. You know what I mean? So I think discipline is the biggest thing that you can have to stay committed to relationships, to stay committed maybe not to drinking, stay committed maybe not to smoking, stay committed not to eat a whole entire brownie or a hamburger. Trust me, like I'm eating so clean right now that I saw a picture of The Rock on my Facebook, like 150 days clean, and he was cut up and he allowed himself, like, what was it, like 20 pancakes, 6 pizzas, and like 20 brownies because he had a cheat day. He just like, your body goes into shock sometimes. But I had a little tiny bite of my little girl's cheeseburger today, and I was like, that's it, put it outside, I'm done. So discipline sometimes is the hardest. And I know how people are like, well, I don't want to look at the scale. I'm happy with what I am and who I am. That's great. But we all need numbers and we all need goals. You can't just say, oh, I'm not looking at my bank account. I'll just pay rent more. What do you mean mortgage rent didn't go through? Have you looked at the account? No, I'm not really into it. I mean, I feel the account's good. So let's just buy it. You know what I mean? You have to look at numbers. So my scale doesn't lie. It will tell me how I can live that month. If I cheat a little meal, how I, protein. So, if I hit a scale that, like, for me, I have to walk to 200. I just have to. Because if I have to get to 185, it's going to kill me. But if I get to 205, it'll be all right. But I have to stay with my numbers, and that's why I showed a picture on my scale today on the Instagram, because 5 pounds were off, and it took me a while to get back to that. And if you don't climb back to where you're at, it's 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 30 pounds. The point is, there's no sense to try. It's easier to stay in shape than it is to get in shape. I think everyone would agree. Working out sucks. It does. Running, working out stinks. Sorry for the language, little kids, but it does. And nobody wants to do it. A lot of boxers don't even like to do road work. So the best thing you can do is discipline your mind and say, okay, for 30 days, I'm not going to try to eat junk food. Or for 30 days, I'm giving up the fries. And see if you can do it. And then when you don't do it, hold yourself accountable and call yourself a failure. People say, oh, never do that. I do. Because I don't want to fail something. So that's what I do. And it really, you know what I mean? That's what really got me through. Even the touring around and traveling, it's a lot of discipline. I drove here today, and my wife's in the hospital. I'm, stressed out. I'm sleeping. So trust me. And stress can catch up to you real quick. I'm totally stressed. People say I'm lose my hair and get gray hair. I don't have gray hair. I'm like 40, so maybe they're wrong about that. I don't know. But I should totally be like McFly right now. As much stress as I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
My question is,
No, the fan film we just talked about, that's not a licensed film. There's nothing they're going to get out of that film. They're not bringing no original. That's why I'm working on my original series that's actually backed by Salon. A lot of people do fan films, but like in my idea, if I did a Kickstarter project or a program, I want to give back to people. That movie technically, legally can't make any money, which is fine. So all the investors are just me. And then they're promising to bring all these other guys back. They're not. All these other guys are union. No one's coming back. Lord Zed's doing the voice. Big deal. Then they're recasting all the other Power Rangers and putting different people in. Who wants to see a Joe Blow guy playing Tommy? It's not going to work. And that's why I'm really keen on working out an original series. If I want to bring someone back to the shows, I can get them. You know what I mean? And that's what's important. And it's not licensed, so you can't do the film and then go back to Salon and say, hey, can you give me the rights? Because they feel violated already. What do you mean, can I give you the rights? You've already stole the rights. You know what I mean? And so that's how I feel about the fan film. And I know there's a lot of hype and pump on it, but after we get stuff done doing with Bat in the Sun, you guys will be shocked on what we're doing. And we're doing an original movie too, not just a Green Ranger movie, and that's definitely going to happen. And it's a superhero-ish movie, and you guys are really going to like it. I mean, I enjoy watching the What If superhero would beat who's superhero up, you know, because I like Wolverine, I like watching the different episodes. And watching people's reaction. That's so not true, dude. That's so what happened. Thor's like, wait, nah, Superman. You know, it's just awesome to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, I just want to say, big fan. I've been watching you since I was like this tall. Going back to what you said about CM Punk, would he be the only like competitor or athlete that you'd want to fight against?
No, he wouldn't. It's just I think a lot of technical. I mean, I don't really have someone to mention because like Anderson Silva, like you know, I have his tattoo on my foot, and you know, like I look up to the guy, so it wasn't like I was challenging him to fight with disrespect. You know, I just wanted to spar, you know, make a fundraiser and just get back because I miss fighting. And but I'm also on tour, which means that you know I need 8 weeks of nothing, like nothing, no social media, no nothing. I just got disappeared for 8 weeks. The only reason that is because if something happens and you lose, you can't blame nothing. It's like you put in 8 hard weeks, you know, and that's what I'm tired of people listening. Well, you know, I lost that fight because I only had 3 weeks into it. Then don't fight if you only had 3 weeks because you're using an excuse. And it's hard for me to disappear for 8 weeks. You know what I mean? So, but I would like to set something and know, okay, next July, this is the guy I'm fighting, and this way I can tone back a little bit and then start focusing on my fighting again. But I do really miss it. You know what I mean? And I mean, punching people in the face is fun. You know what I mean? You know when you punch your husband in the face or something, this feels good, right? All right. Thank you. Hopefully I answered your question. All right. It's kind of hard to see you guys in the lights. The White Ranger episode. Yes.
What's going down? How are you?
Good, buddy. Thanks for coming.
First of all, I'm sorry to hear about your wife. I would pray.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I appreciate
I would
that.
pray for her right now, but I don't want to upset about it.
No, thank you,
down
buddy.
with Jesus.
That's all right. Well, thank you, buddy. Trust me, I deal with that all the time.
Yes. Secondly, you said that you weren't supposed to be on for more than 10 seasons back in the day, correct?
10 episodes.
Was that your decision to stay?
No, it just happened to be how my character was. And honestly, it was probably a lot of my personality too, because it wasn't like, I need this much money. I mean, you have to understand, when you go on strike for $1 million an episode, who gets $1 million an episode? You guys are like, I mean, something's going on. And for me, I was like, always like, that's cool. I mean, they're like, well, you know, we'll pay you. I was very well taken care of at Spawn. Maybe other people weren't, but I can't sit in a panel with everyone else complaining and whining, because if you're complaining and whining, let's put all your finances together with everyone else in the audience. Everyone here would do what we're doing and not complain. And I'm a big firm believer on that. So when it came to the point of being the leader, they're like approaching it, like, we'd like to take your character. I was like, yeah, it's cool. One way or another, if you don't, I'm in 1 episode, cool. If I'm in 10, cool. I'm in 200, great. I mean, I'm a hard worker, and I think that's what they liked about me, is I'm very professional, I'm a hard worker. I, you know, love reaching out to the kids. I was the guy that in the interview, all kinds of the interview, those guy, other guy, I don't want to do it. Can I do it? Everyone's like, oh my God, Jason, you know? Like, I'm tired, we're closed at 12. Can we interview right now? Yeah. I was like, all right. And so I did all the interviews. I just liked it. And it wasn't like I posted something on my Facebook, like, it's not about the fame or the money or anything like that, you know? It has nothing to do with that. I mean, I sincerely do like what I do. And that's why I try to tell people that if you're passionate about what you do, follow the passion, don't follow the money. Because if you follow the money road, you're not going to succeed. But if you follow the passion road and say, yeah, I love doing this, that's why a lot of times now, a lot of people are like, cons. Yes, I can do cons. How much money do you make? I'm like, forget it. That ain't about that. You know what I mean? It's about really enjoying it, because I think people can feel it. And that's what, with my karate school, I have 1,000 students. And at my school, I don't contract. At my school, I don't charge belt testing fees. And do they stay with me? Absolutely, 100% they stay with me, because my guys are passionate about what we do. We're not, tomorrow yellow belt, $50. Tomorrow orange belt, $50. No, you stay, no contract. I don't contract people. And it relieves pressure off people. So like if you have, you know, if you're a designer, or a costume designer, or an artist, or whatever you want to do, you got to follow your passion. You can't listen to people. What are you doing that for? Because imagine who would listen to this. What are you skateboarding for? You're never going to go nowhere in life. Yeah, Tony Hawk's like, what's up now? Do you need a house? You want me to buy you one? Nah. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just got to follow your passion. That's all. So I followed my passion and stuck with them and worked hard. I mean, I would work with cameras and lighting, and I would help the crew move tables. I mean, the stuff I did was not normal what actors did. I don't consider myself an actor. When I was behind the scenes, don't talk to extras, I was entertaining all the extras. I was probably getting them all in trouble, and I said, I got it, you know, don't worry about it, I get it. And they're like, you're not supposed to talk, I said, don't worry. So it was just kind of a lot of that going on. Hollywood could really just pump your head up and, you know, start demanding things. It was never like that for me. I'd rather hang out with the truck drivers than the actors, you know what I mean?
That's good. The question is, what's the rest of them doing? Because really the only one I've seen that for 2 years is you.
Well, you know, I'm not too sure with all the other ones. I know Amy's working a lot. You know, I know a lot of them, you know, Steve has a karate school. A lot of other ones do this for a living, and I don't. So I'm kind of glad. And
Whatever happened to Jason?
I don't know, man. I think he's an EMT. I mean, he's good. He's a hero. Imagine getting your life saved by the Red Ranger. That's great. Mouth to mouth. Oh my God, you're the Red Ranger, you know. And he's kind of gone a little bit, but I don't know. You know, it's just what it is. It's very hard when you try to turn back the clocks and then say, hey guys, how are you? I haven't seen you in like 10 years, but you want to buy my autograph? It's like, no, not really. You know what I mean? And you got to embrace it the whole entire time. Because if I was Amy Jo, which I'm not, I only do pink on the weekends from like 12 to 2 a.m. But if I was, I would be promoting the breast cancer. I'd have a really cool Power Ranger, cool Pink Ranger breast cancer slogan, you know, because she was the Pink Ranger. She could influence a lot of people, a lot of younger people to be aware. But it's just what I do. I think reaching out to the fans and talking to fans and actually spending a lot of time on social media. When people come see me, it's not to see me for an autograph, it's a relationship, because I remember I posted, or if you all need to post, regardless of if you buy anything or not, I don't care, you can post and I'll always get back to you. So Facebook's a two-sided fence. You guys pump me up, yeah, I pump you up. It's you know, it keeps me motivated to wake up and run in the morning and say, oh, I gotta post 2013 fitness here. Get up, it's time to run, let's post, click, you know. So you all keep me motivated too. I know you got a question. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
I've had so totally a crush on you when I was little. But I have a silly little question. Do you ever miss your hair?
No, my hair was kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I mean, you see what it takes for this, my hair to stand up. I got a flat iron. I used it's funny today. I was gonna post it, but I was like, no. My wife's got all this hairspray. I was like, what is this hairspray? So I was using it, and it was like, I guess it's called like Big and Sexy, right? And I thought it'd be the funniest Instagram, like, oh, my hair's all stuck up. But the ponytail used to hit me in the eyes. My hair was really, really curly. So Turbo, you can see my hair just like nappy. That's how it was. And before, you know, they wanted to straighten it, so I had to get in makeup before Amy. And I was there at 4 in the morning, like going through makeup and hair. I was like, stupid. The girls aren't here, and I'm here. So just decided to, in Turbo, I was like, I don't want to go to makeup at 4 in the morning. Because we worked from 4 till like 7 o'clock at night or 8. And then it would just repeat. So I was like, I don't want to go. I'll just leave it natural. Just let my hair just go natural. And that's kind of what I did. And but yeah, when I cut it, at first I did. I mean, you know, I felt naked at first. You know what I mean? Like people looking at you, it's like, oh my God, look at him, look at me. You know? But I didn't really mind after a while.
Thanks.
Thank you. And I guess a few more because we got to. We'll do a couple more. We'll do you two and then you two, and then I'm gonna get back to my table for just a bit, guys. And then I got that VIP at 6:30. If you guys are interested, you can see the guys at the table. It's the promoters thing too. So right at anyway, I'm kind of lost, but go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for helping to make my childhood awesome, by the way, first off. Second of all, how trippy was it for you to start seeing people first start dressing up as you and still dressing up as your Green Ranger character to this day?
It's weird because, you know, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I feel about superheroes and all this other stuff, and it's weird to see that the legacy is living on through you guys, you know, and the only weirdest thing for me was, like, you know, walking in the middle of the night and stubbing my toe, and it was me, I was You know, I was like, what the heck? And it's like my toy, you know, all over the house and stuff. That was weird. But it makes me feel good to see people dress up, you know what I mean? And I want to get something straight, because I don't want people to think that this is an incorrect statement when I say fitness 2013. I'm not talking about being chiseled. I'm not talking about having muscles. I'm talking about just being healthier, just living, you know, a little bit more healthier in what you do. If it's drinking all the time, or maybe only on the weekends. If it's smoking all the time, maybe a little bit cut back on it. And I don't mean like, let's get chiseled and let's be Arnold, because we look at that sometimes and think, I'll never do that, because I'm never going to look like Arnold, and you know, so we give up on that. But that's not what I mean. Have a little bit more healthier. You let your body, you know, run, jog a little bit, and I promise you, when you do that, you'll feel like a lot better. You'll feel like, oh man, I've accomplished something today. And then that changes your mood for the whole entire day. And then when your buddy's in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock, let's go get some food. Actually, dude, I can't tonight, maybe Friday, but tomorrow I have to run. And then your buddies will be like, what? What's wrong with you? And maybe it changes their minds a little bit. So when I talk about fitness here, I'm not like, let's get chiseled. I mean, you know, and what I like that is that everyone cosplays. It doesn't matter if they're chiseled, if they're not. They just love doing what they're doing. I love to see that. I love to see the confidence of people. There's like one girl who's like, I didn't really ever want to dress in my suit because I was a little overweight. And I was like, shh, I'm glad you dressed in your suit because people love you. You know, and it makes me happy to see that confidence. We can't hold back from something we love just because of something we think. You know what I mean? And all of us have maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but we all, most of us have low self-esteem in a bit. Most of us are a little wild. Most of us, our friends say you're crazy, psychotic. Unless it's just me up here, I'm not normal. And I think normal is very boring. So, you know, we're off a little bit, but I think it makes us unique. It makes us different, because I tell my wife and everyone else, you're never going to get a mind like this. This mind is 1 out of a million, baby. Yeah, I know, you know, but anyway, but let's go ahead and I'm going to get a couple insert shots on Facebook, but let's go ahead over here.
Cool. First of all, I just want to say it's cool to meet you. I'm sure I speak for everybody here when I say, you know, everybody grew up with you, watching you. I know me as a little kid from as early as I can remember watching you and stuff, so the character you portrayed, it's really cool to know that you are that person actually, you know, just like you say you weren't acting. I feel like, you know, I'm really seeing the Green Ranger, of course.
Well, I built Tommy, yeah, I kind of built Tommy, and that's when I went back to Dino Thunder, and they're like, oh, you're going to come back to the show and help us, and they're like, can you audition? And I was like, what? I was like, audition? I built Tommy. It was just a G-rated version of me at that time. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, so I know a lot of us here think of you as our own superheroes, of course, and all that stuff. And kind of going back to that, if you were ever to be approached for something like that with Marvel or DC, is there any kind of superhero you'd like to play?
Man, I'm so into like developing I just want to I like original stuff, you know. That's why I came out with the G's Didn't Tap, because it was so original and it was so controversy that it was just like, oh, you know. And I represent a lot of UFC fighters. I'd like to build I have in my mind some really cool superheroes that I like to create myself. But there's a lot of superheroes I love to play, but I'm all tatted up, and that's probably won't work, you know. But I mean, I love Wolverine. I loved all the superheroes you guys did. And I came to Comic Cons to look around. I didn't know what they were really all about. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll sign some autographs. I was thinking 1 or 2 or whatever. I'll go look around, and then I just got swamped at Lexington Comic Con. And I was like, man, you know, there's a lot of people that are into comics, and I wish I had a chance to look around. There's sometimes at cons I'll dress up and then look around as other characters that nobody knows it's me. But yeah, I mean, it all depends. I don't have a perfect superhero in mind to play, because I feel like as the role, I don't fit that particular role. But Stan's a good friend of mine, and hopefully he'll create another superhero for me. You know?
Thanks.
You're welcome. Do you have no more? Okay, a couple crowd shots. Hey, is that Scorpion? Okay, hey, why don't you step up to the mic? Hold up.
So, do you think you're going to beat me in the episode of Bat in the Sun? Have you seen Bat in the Sun?
I heard all about
You
it.
heard? Alright, so that's what you're going to say, okay? Alright, so be like, hey Jason, so you think you're going to beat me in Bat in the Sun? Alright, ready?
So, Jason, Green Ranger, do you think you're gonna beat me in the Battle of the Sun?
So we have Scorpion here. Scorpion, and what was your question? You think to beat you up? As the Green would definitely beat you up as the Green. White Ranger, you're going down, man. How do you feel about that?
Not a chance.
Get over here!
Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the con, guys. I'm gonna head back to the table for just a little bit. Listen, there's no pressure at my table. If you wanna come say hi or whatever, handshakes, I got free stickers there. Just like my Facebook page. Take a look at the new reality show. It's my Morphin Life coming out soon. I'll keep you all updated about that. But more importantly, just be you and be real and let my page be real. If you guys have issues or problems, post it. I think we're all on the same page. I call you all teams. Some people say, why do you call it a team? That's dumb. That was just one person. Don't worry about him. Anyway, guys, I'll be at the table. Green Ranger photo op tomorrow at whatever time I told you. And VIP, we have a couple tickets left. That VIP will happen at 6:30.